Every year, when I'm on my summer vacation, I like taking some time off completely. I spend time with my family alone, and my alone time I dedicate it to reading, relaxing, and most importantly, reflection. I started reflecting on myself a long time ago, subconsciously at first. It was swimming in the sea that would always spark these thoughts in me as I was swimming, relaxing, looking at the blue sky, looking at the huge crowds of people around me. And then it became a habit for me. And then last year, because of COVID, I didn't take any vacation close to the sea or the ocean. And that is when I realized how important it had become for me. Now, you don't necessarily need the sea to practice this yearly reflection, but I do encourage you to dedicate some of your time to some self-reflection at least once a year. Reflection can be on anything that is important to you. One topic that is always subject of my reflection is happiness. Was I happy overall this past year? Are the parameters for my happiness the same from the year before, or did they change? What did I do that helped me feel happier, and what did I do that stopped me or made it more difficult for me to be happy? What do I need to do this year to be happy? No matter who we are, where we're at, or what we're doing, we all are in the pursuit of this thing called happiness. The million-dollar question is, how do I find happiness? I too have been pursuing happiness for quite a while, in every sense possible, not only for myself and my life, but to know about it in a practical way. And when you do that, you cannot, even if you wanted to, escape articles about Finland being one of the happiest countries in the entire world. In fact, the annual World Happiness Report named Finland the happiest country in the world in 2021 for the fourth year in a row. The report unveils what Finnish people themselves consider to be the reasons for their happiness: good levels of income, high healthy life expectancy, low levels of corruption, good social support, freedom in their life choices, and trust in each other and in governmental institutions. Finland is going a step further. Not only are they not hiding the reasons why they feel happy in their lives, but they have also started a project called Rent a Fin, where you go to get experience closely with the Finnish happiness guide. You experience the activities that make them happy. While many of us would by now want to get the hell out and move to Finland, that is not always a possibility. The question remains, how do I find happiness no matter where I am in my life? Many different sources of scientific research have told us for a long time that if you want to be happy, you need to improve on these 6 key areas of your life: general health, physical activity, nutrition, sleep and recovery, mental health, and having a sense of meaning. Great list, but unfortunately easier said than done. I have come across this list many times, and I don't remember one time that I haven't felt overwhelmed. I would not know where to start. So let's start with 1, balance. The first time I fully consciously went in pursuit of happiness, I started with physical activity. I enrolled in a gym. I figured, what could be better for physical activity? But going to the gym needed to be accompanied by healthier food. So I started eating healthier. I became obsessed with eating healthier. A good night's sleep goes hand in hand with exercising and eating healthy, so I started sleeping about 8 hours every night. All was good up to this point. Then life happened. One night, I could not get my 8 hours of sleep because I had to work extra hours. Then 1 week, I could not go to the gym because I was traveling. This automatically made me eat more junk food, in turn making me feel worse because I was not working out and I was not eating healthy. Or when I would go out with friends, I would somehow dread it because I knew everybody would go for a heavy meal of junk food and then endless drinks. That was so much fun before I decided to intervene in my life with regular physical activity and healthy nutrition. But now it sounded absolutely hideous. But I had to do it if I wanted to hang out with my friends. What I did was I started choosing the other option, going out less so that I wouldn't feel bad for overeating and drinking and skipping exercising. Guess what happened? I started feeling depressed nonetheless. I started having fewer social interactions. All my life was centered around being physically healthy, thinking that would lead to overall health and hence happiness. I did not stop to notice that This kind of dedication to physical health was actually backfiring on my overall happiness. It is true that all potential factors for happiness are highly correlated with each other, but it is hard to distinguish cause from effect. I thought 100% dedication to my physical health would certainly lead to me being happier, but it did not. The first and most important thing to have in our life is balance. We should absolutely take care of our physical health, but we should allow ourselves to, once in a while, eat poorly or skip the gym without feeling guilty about it. We should do our job, but take at least a day off every week to rest or do other activities that feed our mind and soul. We should work hard, but also play hard. Just find the balance that works for you and keep at it. Do not allow anything to come in the way. Otherwise, we are opening the way to the inevitable burnout. Number 2, work. The second thing that can make us happy or miserable is work. There are so many people around the world that just hate their job. They love Fridays because they get to not go to work on the weekend, and they dread Monday mornings because they have to go back to work. And the same story keeps repeating every day until next Friday comes again. Work is the activity with the second highest number of hours the average human spends in their lifetime, with sleep having the highest one. In fact, in a typical 50-year period of employment, we spend a quarter of our time at work. An activity that takes up so much of our time can potentially make us very happy or very miserable. You must have heard of the quote by Confucius, "Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life." I know how a lot of people already know the importance of doing a job you love, but still keep justifying staying in one that they hate by saying, "But it's not that simple." In fact, it is. Do you love your job? Yes? Great, you are one of the lucky ones. No? Then do something about it. Apply for other jobs and keep applying until you get one that you love. If you do not have the qualifications for what you want your job to be, then get some training or even go back to school. Just make the decision to do something about it. As a matter of fact, you should apply the same mindset in every area of your life. Do something about anything in your life that you do not like. This immediately puts you in an action mode rather than in reaction mode, and your brain will automatically start looking for a solution, inwardly or outwardly. And 3, progress toward a meaning. Having the right balance in our life and doing our dream jobs are necessary for us to feel happy, but not sufficient. What is missing is a sense of meaning and progress. Every morning that we wake up, what makes the most important distinction in how our day will go is whether we have to work or not. We might start working because we need a paycheck, or maybe because we just feel like we have to do something. We cannot hang out an entire day without working, or because we like doing what we do. Unless any of these variations goes along with some meaning behind it, there will surely come a moment in time where we will start feeling tired, frustrated, or even depressed. Everything starts spiraling downward from that point on. And what is worse is that it is very hard to comprehend the reason why these feelings are there in the first place, since everything seems to be going fine and normal, like always. But that is where the problem lies. Everything remains the same as before. It hasn't gotten worse, but at the same time, it hasn't gotten better. The feeling of progressing is missing. When this is lacking in any area of our life, we feel stuck. The only way out is by stopping and thinking about the meaning behind everything that we do. This we can find out by posing ourselves questions. Do you have a plan for the current year? In your job, are you working towards a specific goal or several ones? In your everyday life, do you have a certain routine that is going to deliver you some clear expected results? You must find and ask the right questions and identify these meanings in order for you to feel that every day that goes by, you are progressing and moving further in the right direction for you. Once you have done that, you will start to notice that you will start the day more fresh and energetic, and at night, you will feel more relaxed and satisfied. During the day, you will be able to enjoy the things that you do and not stress so much over them, because you are progressing. Maybe slowly, but small progress is still progress. Having shared these 3 components of happiness, I encourage you to dig deep inside yourself and find your sources of happiness. We are all different. What works for someone does not necessarily work for someone else. Always remember that we are creatures in continuous progress. Just make sure you are progressing the way you want to. I will see you guys in the next video.